What is there to say that hasn't already been said about the Toronto Maple Leafs? They steal the hearts out of the Leafs Nation once again, losing this one to the Panthers 3-2. We'll get into the full recap in just a moment, but if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as drop a like on this video if you guys want to help the channel out. It does help push this out, so if you want to help grow the channel, not only subscribe, but also hit that like button. Oh, Leafs Nation, Leafs Nation. This is a tough one to talk about. I mean, you're down 2-0 in the series now. This is where you're going to find out if your team is good or not, or if they have the depth, if they have the playoff tenacity to find a way to get back into a series. This is where we're going to find out if they are for real or not. Now, obviously, 2 games should be enough time to get into it, but they keep making bad decisions, bad pinches, bad passes, bad moves, bad turnovers. There's a lot of things that could go on inside of a player's mind when trying to make a play, and the Leafs just, I don't know if it has to do with the coaching and telling them what to do, or the players just thinking it's still the regular season. I mean, they got through the first round, so I would like to think that they know they're in the playoffs and they can't be making terrible plays at their own blue line or in their own half of the ice that turn the puck over, pinching when you shouldn't, or I don't know what it is, but it needs to change if the Leafs are to get back in this series. Panthers, I thought they played pretty decent tonight. I didn't think it was their best game, but they definitely were able to hold on to this one and win it against the Toronto Maple Leafs. A lot of different goal scorers tonight. Barkov getting his second of the playoffs. Kerfoot, O'Reilly, Lundell getting his first of the playoffs as well. Forsling icing the cake on this one. Looking at team stats, shots 36-29 for the Leafs. Face-off percentage 70-30. I think this is the first time we've seen a 70% face-off percentage. Leafs did go 1 for 3 in the power play. Panthers 0 for 1. Hits 47-42. Blocks 16-7, and then giveaways 18-14 in favor of the Panthers, only giving it away 14 times. Honestly, again, no one really stood out for me for the Panthers. Obviously, Lundell, 2 points on the night. Tkachuk definitely had a very solid game. 1 assist on the day, 2 shots, 3 hits, 24-47 worth of ice time. Verhaeghe was a little quiet. Luostarinen looked pretty good. Duclair looked a little dangerous tonight with his speed. You could definitely tell the Leafs players were definitely given a little bit more gap than normal anytime he would buzz through the zone. On the back end, I thought their defense were stellar with Ekblad, Gudis, Forsling, Montour. I know Mahura had that scary play in the second period where that shot went through, hit him right in the side of the face. I believe it hit his visor, and that might have been what cut him. But he actually ended up coming back in the game. He only had 7:36 worth of ice time. But, man, scary moment. Thankfully, or hopefully, he's going to be okay. Didn't look like there was any eye damage or anything like that. So, fingers up, thumbs up for him. Between the pipes, Bobrovsky, he looked very, very good tonight. Honestly thought after the Leafs went up 2-0, I was like, man, the Leafs could have this one in the bag, and I think they took their foot off the gas. But Bobrovsky, he definitely kept the Panthers in it tonight, stopping 34-36 for the .944 save percentage. If you keep getting a Bobrovsky like that, it will be an easy landslide for the Florida Panthers to win this series, in my opinion. Going to the Leafs now, there were a couple players that definitely stood out tonight. I thought Nylander, he was a -2, but dude was buzzing, making great plays, great shots, had 6 on target. Dude was kind of unlucky that he didn't get any goals tonight. O'Reilly did get the 1 goal, but was a -2 on the night. Matthews, 1 assist. Achari, -2, but he had 10 hits. He was throwing the body around like crazy. Marner, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's a playoff performer. Dude just keeps trying to dipsy-do, trying to be too pretty, doesn't chip and go. I mean, you do see sometimes there is a chip and go, throws the body around, but him and Matthews kind of just trying to flick it up. Matthews with that flick up, trying to get out of his own zone. Turnover, ended up causing a goal thereafter. I don't know if their style of play is good enough to make a deep playoff run. To be quite honest, I don't think it is. Tavares was quiet tonight, had 5 shots on target, but I thought he didn't look great in the D zone. Yarncroke, nothing to really say about him. Kerfoot got the goal, was buzzing around out there tonight, got hit a couple times. Bunting really did nothing tonight. I would also say that the potential loss of Nyes could be huge. I know he had that one hit behind the net. It might have been in the first period, I believe. He actually ended up not returning to the game. So unfortunate for him. For Leafs Nation, you definitely hope he can come back because he's definitely been a spark in their lineup ever since he came in. On the back end, I thought Shen had a very good game. I thought Riley played decent. Giordano, Brody, and McCabe, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. I have no idea what their thought process is when they move the puck around. Giordano probably the most responsible out of the three, but McCabe and Brody are complete liabilities out there. McCabe more so than Brody. Dude's pinching when he shouldn't, throwing the puck away, one-hand alligator arming everything in sight. Dude does throw the body around. He plays 25-13. You would expect him to be a little bit more firm and better with the puck, and dude is just not. He's given away too many chances that end up in the back of the net, and I don't think it was for the lack of Samsonov not playing well tonight. Thought he was very solid, stopped 26 out of 29, but when your defense is not helping you out in front of you, you can only stop so many pucks when the chances are so great due to bad turnovers, creating odd man rushes, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, you name it. And the Leafs defense are doing that. And I would also say their forwards not helping them out when it comes to getting the puck out of their own blue line and out of their own D zones. So something's got to change. There has to be something said for the coaching staff. Is Keefe the right guy to say it? To be quite honest, I don't think so. You'll get my hot take after the Leafs are potentially knocked out of the playoffs about what the Leafs do from here, so I won't really get into it right now. But man, oh man, the Leafs got to find something. They got to change something. They got to do something to their game to get a spark and change their style of play. But I don't think it's going to happen. But breakdown of the game, Leafs blew the game. Panthers found a way to steal one. They stole two in Toronto, so home ice advantage is essentially nil at this point. Going back down to Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers, if they can at least take one, I don't think they'll lose the series in this one. So, prediction for Game 3. I do think the Leafs need a win. They needed one tonight, obviously, but I think that they'll be able to get one. I think the nerves playing in front of their home crowd for the Panthers in Game 3, it will depend on that first 10 minutes if the Leafs can score first, although they did tonight and they didn't win. But I think if the Leafs are able to score first on the road, they'll be able to keep that momentum going if they are smart with the puck. So I guess we'll see, but I think the Leafs will win the next game. We'll call it a 4-3 overtime winner against the Panthers in Game 3. That is my thought. But let me know what you guys thought about Game 2 down below, as well as your predictions, X factors, and anything else you want to drop down below in the comments moving forward. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys liked it, drop a like. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. But that'll be it for this one. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.